What's up with you, young lady? Check this out. I just so happened to catch one of your videos about, you know, the Bible being 66 books or whatnot. And you gave some very, very valuable information on that particular video. And you're absolutely right. Our people do suffer from a lack of knowledge. And because the Lord said there and said, because they reject knowledge, He rejects them as their priests and their children. So I got something to share with you. Did you know that the Bible is not just only 66 versions that was edited and marked by King James, but yet it is mythology, which is also a form and a branch of knowledge. And if you reject mythology, then you too should not be speaking of anything. Now, there's a lot of preachers and teachers out here that are not teaching you motherfucking mythology. They're not teaching you or talking about it. In fact, mythology is being taught more in high schools nowadays more than they are being taught in the church or the world, simply because of the simple fact that people like to think that them as a myth, but in reality, they're not a myth because they was only created to be a myth to make you believe that it was a myth in the first goddamn place. Then on top of that, while you're endorsing the book of Enoch, well, the name Enoch in Hebrew has a couple of meanings. One of them is dedicated, trained, and disciplined, almost like an army soldier. Since you guys are reading about fallen angels and you know that they didn't come from this planet, you realize that they are actually aliens who are a part of an army system, a military system. The only people that can be just about as disciplined is basically people who basically been in the military field. Which is the reason why the book of Enoch basically groups people into 20 groups at 10, which giving them basically a total of 200 people, and the last leader of them actually being a captain of 50 instead of 10. Which will also be found in the King James Version Bible of Isaiah chapter 3, maybe even verse 3. But Enoch's name doesn't just mean the dedicated, trained, or disciplined. It also means teaching. Now, Enoch basically written a book of how aliens came down here to have sex with people, but yet people fail to realize that's exactly what's happening to them now. So when they read about books that they think that something has happened in the past, the devil only wants them to think that it's in the past because the devil has the gift of the past.
The darkness could see the vision of the past. His brother disapproved.
When in reality is happening right now. It's the one thing that people fail to realize, that they are actually being possessed by motherfucking aliens, but can't quite comprehend that. The more that you have sex, the more that you have sexual immorality, the more that you commit adultery, the more that you fornicate, the more that these aliens take over your body and in your mind to make you think that it's you. But the more that you have sex, you're really bounding up your spirit, allowing the devil and his minions, which is actually my mom, T.D. Jakes, Kathy Jean McGinnis, Hudson McGinnis, Claudine Bell Lee, Charles McGinnis, Taisha White, which is the main 7 motherfucker churches that was basically named in the motherfucking Bible, in the Revelation of the Bible. Fail to realize that the person in the writers of the Bible basically is actually what they call himself Barnabas. Saint Barnabas, who is Zeus, if you pay attention to the book of Acts. The book of Acts 16 tell you that Barnabas is also known as Zeus in your NIV version, and he is known as Jupiter, which is the Roman god, and planet. Not only that, so now that you're reading the book of Enoch, which is basically a fallen angel, but yet you're gaining knowledge to go to hell. Whether you believe that there's a heaven or hell, the one thing about the Bible and all the other books is basically you really got to separate the wheat from the tare. You got to separate the goats from the sheep. Then you got to turn around and got doggone me, you know what I'm saying, separate the lies from the truth. That's the one thing people don't fail to realize, or they fail to do. You understand? So when you talk about turning your gift of discernment to someone else, I'm going to need you to do the same fucking thing. Because whether you know it or not, each and every book that you've read thus far has been created by the devil over time, which means millenniums, and across universes. The depth of the Bible, and that's the depth of the book of Enoch. I got to give the devil his motherfucking credit because he wrote it, which is the reason why it has 66 books in the first place. It also ends on day 6, which makes that book 666. But it's no different from the book of Enoch, who is teaching you to be a devil, who is teaching you to be a fallen angel. And what quite is a fallen angel is basically a person who basically decides to just live in evil. In other words, there are a lot of people who can sit here and act like they nice and cool and sweet and calm and everything else, but in reality, underneath their motherfucking skin and inside their heart is nothing but pure motherfucking evil. And everything that you're reading, when it comes down to that, is pure motherfucking evil. I just wanted to share that with you. Whether you want to comment or stitch or whatever it is that you might want to fucking do in return to this video, I could care the fuck less. But I'm going to let you know Enoch did not last. He don't know the secrets to me. Because I am God. Now, I know a lot of people that sat there and said there with their motherfucking mouth, you know, I am he, and basically I am that I am, or I'm the Christ, or whatever. But you got to believe somebody. If you don't believe nobody, then you're left in limbo. But what is the purpose of you reading anything? It's basically just for you to gain some more knowledge. But even though you have the knowledge, you can be decreased and it can be taken away from you at every given time. So therefore, I call back all my motherfucking power. Other than that, I hope you have a beautiful motherfucking day. And I come in the name of the real Holy Spirit, the true living God, the one whose body that you dwell in, that you live in, the one who controls the spirit, the one who can destroy the spirit even in not only in hell, but also in heaven. With that being said, I come in the powerful name of the true living God, Queen Elohim Tanisha, Tinisha. Glory, motherfucker.
Ooh, DJ Team Little Will.